Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the stop talking alarm that we all know I'm gonna ignore because that's how we do it. But it's fun to pretend. So let me hit the stop. Oh, I do want to save time for questions this time because I know I said I was going to last time and I didn't. All right. Alrighty. Oh, that sounds good. Okay. Hi, everybody. I am so excited. We are no longer at Wisconsin Dells. We are now in Chicago. So I'm really excited to be here today because we are going to take on part 2. Now, if you're sitting there and you're like, holy crumbs, I wasn't here for part 1, don't worry. Don't worry. We've got you. We've got you. We're going to do a small snippet of recap, and then we're going to jump into part 2 because this workshop basically came out of me not wanting to have the party end. It got to the point of there was so much more to cover and so many questions that eventually it was like, let's just make a part 2. So we're going to do a couple of things today. We're really going to be focusing on the morning, our morning activities with our kiddos. It's going to we're going to focus on basically rug time because in case you're unaware, friends, you all have your own show. Rug time is the greatest 15-ish minutes of that child's entire day. It is better than any Miss Rachel or Sesame Street or any of those other things because it's from you. And because you are the one leading the discussion, they are on your every single word. So we're going to talk a little bit today about the different components of rug time. From calendar to weather to finger plays, uh, emotions. We're going to play some games, and then we'll do some read alouds, and then we're going to wrap it up with our behavior modification, our favorite thing, and then we're going to play another game because I like games. Finger still broke, so please forgive, but let's get going. All right. Again, as a reminder, we are not learning ASL. ASL stands for American Sign Language. We are learning signed English. Let me move this computer so you actually see my hands. We're learning signed English. Basically, ASL has its own context, grammar, sentence structure that is not spoken English. For example, in ASL, it would be bathroom where as opposed to where's the bathroom. So what we are learning today is essentially vocabulary words that we can then use during rug time to support our kiddos' learning. All right. And as a reminder, why is sign language so great? Well, it is. It works on so much. Again, we talked about this a smidge the other day. All of us are different learners. Some of us are visual, some of us are auditory, some of us are kinesthetic, some of us are spatial. In the world of Gardner's theory about multiple intelligences, we all have a preferred mode. And our kiddos, they don't know theirs yet. Frankly, it takes us well into, I don't know, teens, adulthood to figure out how we learn best. Like I always make the case of there will never be a 4-year-old that rolls up to you and be like, your rug time was great. Too much singing, not enough visuals. So, seeing how our job is to teach, why not give them all of the information ever possible? And when we're doing it with sign language, it is visual, it is auditory, it is kinesthetic, it is spatial, it is experiential, and it is movement, and it is basically check, 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 check. So we are throwing all of the spaghetti at the wall. If you are familiar with that phrase, and hopefully we can get many things to stick because again, that's our job. We want all of the information to stick in our littles' brains. We are crossing our midline often, so we're working on that cross-lateral integration of our right and left-hand side of our brain, chatting with each other, which will help with reading and writing later that myelin, still can't say that word, we're basically cognition. And we are going to just do a quick reminder because here's the deal. Today, we're going to be using this a lot. For those that were not on our call before, you may be thinking it is February. I don't got time to take this on. As a reminder, you do, because there are 2 kinds of sign. There's arbitrary sign and there's iconic sign. And the majority of sign language is iconic, and meaning it looks like what it is. And those things that usually fall out of those categories is food, nature, animals, and clothing. And what do children talk about? Clothing, animals, food, and nature. What do most of their stories consist of? One of those four things. And because of that, it allows us the opportunity to, one, remember it, but two, work on higher order thinking questions that we will review again today. And it allows us, when we reflect and remember and revisit, it is a lot easier to put those pieces back together because they look like what they are. Letters are no different. So the reason we have the letters up here today is because we are going to need them a lot. I made the case for you last week, meaning Tuesday. I made the case for you on Tuesday to all of you. Please for me, sometime this week or next week, put this chart in your class, but not the chart that you're just gonna like print up and like put up. No. You are going to make it with your kiddos. We use the example of basically taking a photo of them in front of a plain background and then printing it and then putting next to that letter. So A, B, C. And again, the reason why we want to do this, to have a direct written letter A next to the letter A. And the reason we want this is because of the fact of A, it is a great cheat sheet for you when it comes to colors and days of the week and months and so many things. It is great to have up. It's a quick little reminder. Two, the children really enjoy engaging with it. It is not uncommon to see a child just sitting in front of it on the rug, practicing their name, practicing something they've learned, just doing the alphabet. It is really soothing for so many children to be able to go through that muscle memory hand exercise. Also, the cool thing about having it up, we talked about this last time, these kiddos spend over 34 hours a week in your classroom. It is your job, it is their life. And having them represented on a wall that gives out information, they will not only know their letter and be very excited when you touch on their letter, but they will know all of the letters, whose hands are whose, to all of their classmates. Believe it or not, they will know forever. So we're going to go through and play our little game again for our friends who have not been here before, and for those who've been here once before. Practice makes perfect. We're going to go through A through G, H through M, N through S, and T through Z. We are going to sign them, with all together. We're going to sign them, and then at the end of each of those letters, G, M, S, and Z, we're going to ask, is it iconic? It looks like what it does, or it's arbitrary. It doesn't. And shocking enough, much like the majority of sign, the majority of these actually look like what they are. So it's also beneficial for the children to, have that visual component. So hands up. And I can see you, so I know if you're doing it, just to let you know. All right, ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All right, kiddos, in the chat, which ones look like what they are? Pop it in, pop it in.
Get to the picture. I
Huh?
want to see the.
Sorry. If you are not on mute, I also can hear you. Okay, C, you're right. D, you're right. E, you're right. A, correct. The majority of that is iconic, so yay all around on that. All right, let's go to the next ones. H, I, J, K, L, M. Which ones look like what they are? This is a very iconic row. We have I and J and K and L and M. Friends, except for our good friend H. All of those are iconic. So yay on remembering. All right, next row. Ready? N, O, P,
You're
Q,
not good again.
R, S.
What?
Which ones look like what they are? we have N, and we have O. And guess what, friends? We have R. It always blows my mind, but it does. When somebody pointed it out, it's that day that you like no longer see the vase, but see the girl's face, optical illusion. It's the line and then the R over. All right. Last row. T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Which ones look like what they are? T, V, W, Y, Z. And as we talked about before, why does everyone never forget, oopsie daisy, X? Because pirates. No matter what state I'm in, no matter anything, pirates will always be the number one. All right, so let's get out of stop sharing. Okay, because we need to get into rug time and we need to have full hands. So hopefully y'all can see me. All right. Again, get your pretend hat on. It is rug time. There are several components of rug time. We will be talking about music. We'll be talking about weather. We'll be talking about calendar. And we'll be talking a little bit about emotions. And then finally transitions to round out. So we are now on the rug. We are now on the rug. And how many of you sing, who sings a good morning song? Put it in the chat. Let me pop up that chat. Boo, 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 boo. Yeah, y'all do. Megan, you totally do. And I bet you can do it in your sleep. And with like not even thinking about it. Mine is good morning, good morning. It's a good morning. We say hello and how do you do to all of our friends and our teachers too. Good morning, good morning. It's a good morning. Okay, so why do you sing this song? Not this song, your song, unless that's the same song and then you know it. The reason why you sing this song is because of the fact that your morning rug time, that first thing you do is an opportunity to create that sense of community. Starting the right, like however y'all came into the room, someone didn't have a good drop off, someone has way too much energy for a Thursday, like however you all walked in, this is your opportunity to have a communal moment. Our classroom is a community, and being able to take that time and have a commonality, a tie that binds, is a really wonderful way for that fresh start. It also works on executive function skills, and it works on listening skills. And here's the thing, it's February. They've been singing this song all year. They probably don't even have to really pay attention to sing it. It is the song that just keeps going in their head. So here's my suggestion to you. We talked about this before about why do we use sign language? Yes, all of the benefits, but one component of sign language is it makes the children pay attention. You know this when it comes to those finger plays. Why do you do finger plays? Yes, we can work on math, and yes, we can work on executive function and all of those fun things, but we do it especially when they start to get squirrely. That is like the number one trick that we all know. Things going a little sideways, start doing a finger play. It will immediately drag them back in. They will start paying more attention and they will start doing it because it is no longer spectator. More often than not, rug time tends to be your show and they are the audience. When they are actively participating, they are very much engaged and they're more likely to obtain and retain any information that you're giving to them during that time. So here's my suggestion to you. Do you have a song that you sing every day that has a repeating word? I'm so happy we're at school today. Ooh, ouch. Sorry. Forget things are broken. If you have a common word that you use, school, day, pick one word that is a repeating word. How are you? Friend. You know your song, but I ask that you find that repeating word and you look it up. Again, I will give you places that you can look it up, or you can just go into the Google, what is the sign for? Look for things that are promoted by Sign Savvy or ASL Pro or My Brain's Not Working or Hand Speak, any of those, really great sources, and add that to your song. And tell the children tomorrow, like, friends, we've been singing the good morning song a lot. And you know what? Let's mix it up. Because here's the deal. Those kids who've been singing it, not really paying attention for the last, I don't know, 5 months because they know it like the back of their hand, they're now re-engaged. And much like how we talked a little bit about before last time, it's your opportunity to turn your voice off. And then they're even more engaged. In regards to my good morning song, if you're like, friends, here's the deal. I'm going to teach you the sign for good morning. Good morning. Higher order thinking question. Why is this the sign for morning? Why would that be the sign for morning? And you can answer in the chat. Yep, this, you guys are so smart. That's exactly right. The sun is coming up. Good morning. Good morning. So here's the deal. Every time I sing it, I want you to use your hands. Do you think you can do that? Yes, you can. Good morning. Good morning. Now, here's the deal. You do this for a couple weeks and you're like, friends, here's the deal. Y'all are really good about the good morning. But what if we turn our voice? It's a good, 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 good. Any opportunity we have to have that common moment, the tie that binds, this fresh start, why not do it? And again, you've been singing it for a while, mix it up. Add one word, you get really ambitious, add several words. But start with one, and you can take it from there, and you will be amazed at how much engagement the children will start to, how much more the children will start to re-engage. Okay, I had to check the stop talking because now we're getting into calendar because you sang your good morning song. Okay, good morning. We're all there. We're all excited. We're all proud that we signed. Yes. Like, love this for us. Okay. So now it's time for calendar. Friends, recall, if you will, all of my professional development is like a buffet. I am about to give you a lot of information. Do not shut me out. If you're like, this is a lot, I'm not going to do that. I feel you. It's cold outside. You're not going to get a break for a real long time. Do anything, and anything's going to be beneficial. So, ready? Let's start with calendar. Calendar. It's iconic. 4 rows down, 4 rows across. It looks like a grid. It's calendar time, friends. 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 It's time for calendar. All right. So, we have to pull back up our fun little alphabet chart. Good thing it's on the wall because you can check it now anytime you need. Dun, 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 dun. Share it. Make it big. Ba, ba, da, ba, da. Let's pull this out. Let's go back here. All right. All right. So here's the fun thing. When it comes to days of the week, and I'm sure many of you actually also sing the days of the week song, the day of the week is the letter it starts with. Again, if it's on the wall and you're like, how do I sign Monday? And it happens to be iconic. So you make that M, but here's the fun thing. You turn it around and it faces you. You face the day. That's how I always remember it. You face the day and you make a circle. It's Monday. What letter starts with Tuesday? Turn it around. Tuesday. What about Wednesday? Whoa, 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 whoa. Wednesday. Thursday. Just how you would write it. TH. Thursday. Thursday. Ready? Friday. Saturday. And Sunday. Sunday. It is Sunday. Praise. Put it up. It is a break. It is Sunday. Also, if you're ever looking for vacation, is this. But yes, Sunday. So, ready? Day. Show me day. Show me day. So what day is today? Today is, actually, it'd be this. Ready? Today. Today is, look at it for a minute, Thursday. Today is Thursday. Remember, this is now, and it also happens to be today. One thing you can remember is any sign in front of you is the future. Ooh. Any sign that you do behind you is the past. Makes sense. So for example, this is today. It's in your midline. This is tomorrow. we're going forward. This is yesterday because it's going back. Pretty fun way to remember, right? Like this is week. This is this week. This is next week. That's last week. But in case today is Thursday. So now that we know day, we know today, and we know week. Show me week. We can sing our song. And you guys know the song. I know you know the song. Ready? It's Sunday. Oh, sorry. It's Sunday and it's Monday. It's Tuesday and it's Wednesday. It's Thursday and it's Friday. And then it's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 And that was so much fun. We are going to do it again. Because if you didn't do it before and you're like, I wish I would have done it. No, you can't. Ready? There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 So here's the thing. Why do we sing this song? Because in a weird way, this is already starting to work on many, many things, including actually literacy, because if we're talking about how things are laid out and comprehension and moving in a certain way, and friends, remember, the more things our kiddos can do with their hands, the more they're likely to remember and obtain because it is building muscle memory. When they're moving throughout, oh my gosh, did you know we're crossing our midline a whole lot during that? Yes, we are. That is also, again, working on right and left hand side of the brain. But we sing these songs for sequencing. We sing these songs also like as additional like math components. All of these benefits will be taken in and actually stick a little bit more. And also it will be more fun because they're doing it with their hands. Okay, so we have the days of the week. Days of the week. Now, that is a very low lift. Or even just saying friends, it's calendar time. But if you're interested in also doing the month, guess what? You have the chart, because if you know the first few letters of each month, that means you can sign it. So think about, one way to think about it is just like how you would write an abbreviation. You don't abbreviate May, you spell it, M-A-Y. You don't abbreviate June, you spell it, J-U-N. However, we very rarely write out October. We usually go O-C-T, or November, N-O-V. Basically, it's the same exact principle when it comes to signing. If you would write out the full name, you would sign the full name. So April, May, June, July. Yes, that's about it. Everything else, August, A-U-G, September, S-E-P-T, sorry, S-E-P-T, October, O-C-T, November, N-O-V, December, D-E-C, and January, J-A-N, and February, F-E-B. Oh yeah, you would also sign out all of March. So with that being said, if just way to remember it, if you would write out the whole word, you sign it. If you would normally abbreviate, that's what you sign. Easy thing to remember. And again, if it's on the board, it's right there, you know how to do it. So here is what this looks like as the big buffet. Today is, I have to look at the calendar, February 20th. We'll get to numbers in a minute. And it is a Thursday. And it is afternoon. You will not do numbers with children. Look at me. You do not do numbers with children in sign language. And the reason why is this. We are going to count to 10. Sign language is meant for you to be able to count all numbers on one hand. So, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I used to always sign with children and numbers until I had a child on the spectrum. And I was like, okay, friends, it's the 6. And he goes, that's not 6, it's 3. And I was like, no, this is how you say 6. He's like, that's 3. And we got into it. I am not proud of myself for arguing with a small child. But I was like, this is 6 in sign language. And he's like, 1, 2, 3. I was like, oh my gosh. My entire job is to teach, and I'm currently doing one-to-one correspondence, and I have just really wrecked you. So with that being said, today is the 20th. So you can put your hands up twice. You can bust out those socks and show your little toesies. You can do whatever, but you are not going to do the 20th. Okay? Again, all sign is meant to be able to count on one hand. Do not get into an altercation with a small child. Just count on your fingers. You got a lot of them. You got toes, you got a lot of them, and you can just draw it. And also, you know what? If you don't want to bust out that, but you have other friends, you can get as many friends up and they can all put up their hands and you can count it that way. So,
Excuse me,
today, yes,
quick question.
yes,
For three, I have a habit of doing three like this instead of like this.
it's this thumb, index, middle. That's how you do 3 in sign language.
So like this.
Yep. 1, 2,
Oh,
3.
this feels so strange.
Does it?
Yes, because I never do it this. I've never done it that way my entire
Yes.
life.
And you know what? If you're not going to do sign language with kids with numbers, you don't have to worry about it. You can do 3 however you want, because again, in the world of one-to-one correspondence, that's 3. You want to go like, I don't know, that's
I'm
also
so used to doing it this way.
yep, nope. In American sign, it's 3 is like that.
Okay.
Yep. Because
Okay.
again,
Thank you.
yeah. Oh yeah, no. Again, the whole reason why is because the purpose for you to be able to do all numbers, like up to hundreds and thousands, all on one hand. So that would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's a lot. It's kids don't need that. But that's a great question. Thank you. And thank you for popping off to show me. But yeah.
Rachel, there was a request to take down the PowerPoint so they can see you.
Oh, crumbs. I'm so sorry. Ugh. Exit. Friends, I'm so sorry about that. I got focused on making sure you guys could do it with me. My bad. Sorry, loves. Okay, so we'll do it again. Ready? So when it comes to numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I cannot stress this enough, don't do it with the kids. Not when we're doing one-to-one correspondence. Count however you want. But today is February, FEB 20th, which is a Thursday. And again, the first letter of every single day of the week, aside from Sunday, is just that. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, that feels good. Sunday, days of the week. Okay. So, with that being said, we've covered now our greeting. Good morning, everyone. We're singing a new song. We're adding a sign to it. We're getting you more engaged. We are re-engaging you if you've already stepped out mentally. We are now doing calendar time. It's calendar time, and we're going to talk about what today is. Tomorrow is the 21st. It's a Friday. Woo, that's so exciting. Yesterday was Wednesday. And today is Thursday. Okay, now we are going to get into what we do next. We do the weather. That is our next part of it. And here's the fun thing. I bet you guys can show me what cold is. Can you show me with your body what cold looks like? Oh my gosh, that's exactly right. You're cold. That is exactly right. So today is cold outside. Ready for sunny? Why do you think this is a sign for sunny? It's the sun shining down on you. If you had to guess, what do you think the sign for rainy is? Oh my gosh, I bet you got it. Oh, Oscar, that's exactly right. It is rainy. This is rainy. If it's raining just a little bit, Christy, what do you think? Yeah, it's just a little bit of rain. What if it is coming down, Michelle? What if it is a downpour? Oh my gosh, take cover. That's exactly right. Okay, now I bet you can figure this out because you're all very smart. What do you think the sign for snow is? Ah, that's exactly right. It is just snowing. And I will show you cloudy, cloudy. It is cloudy. And again, all of these are iconic. They look like what they are. So if you say, friends, Who is my, all right, ready? Okay. Weather is normally done with two hands. You have to forgive me. You put your W's together and you put them down. Who is my weather helper today? My weather helper will look outside and say, oh, it is cold. Perfect. It is sunny. It is snowy. Hot. It is hot. Imagine a dragon breathing fire. Hot. Ooh, it's hot. That is not how you say spicy though. If you're like, ooh, that is hot food. Ooh, it is spicy. But tingle it off your tongue. Spicy. But outside it's hot. It's not hot. That's a lie. It is cold. It is really, really cold. Okay. So, again, we now are adding the component of science to it, which is great. Sign language can be used for so very, very much. And ready? Help. This is the sign for help. Somebody's lifting you up. Help. So here's the fun thing. Let's do some jobs. Every single person, this is the sign for person. So this is teach. I am teaching you something. If you think about it, it is I am giving information to you, or it is my graduation cap. Teacher. Think of it like the last part of the person is this. So if you're a student, you pull information to your head. I am a student. If you are the weather helper or what job do you think that is? It's the plant helper or the calendar helper. I kid you not, if you decide to like hit up this buffet and take all of this information and it really is something that resonates, or you and I ever become co-teachers and you like dig this, our rug times can be completely silent by the end of the year. I am not joking. Like you can have an almost completely silent rug time. Because if you're like, you where did this? And I'm like, you look outside, you're my weather helper. Sorry, my fingers, weather helper. And then you mark cold. You're my plant helper. You're my, what do you think that person's going to help with? Yep, they're my door helper. That's exactly right, Megan. You're my door helper. Ready? Who do you think's helping there? Exactly right, Stacy. You are my book helper. Again, helper. Just go up and down. Helper. So we've sung the days of the week. We did our good morning song. We've done calendar. It is cold outside. Everyone has their jobs. Yay. Love this for us. Now, before we get into our story time, we need to do some emotions. We have to do an emotional check-in. This is our first game that we're going to play. We're going to take a pause because I have to tell you how cool this is. All right, so here's the deal. Children should not be able, we have to really help them regulate their emotions because all feelings are big feelings. I'm going to tell you what a child needs to do to be able to regulate their emotion. And we shouldn't be able to do it. It makes the things that happen within our brain are fascinating. It is downright fascinating. It sounds so small and then it gets really serious really fast. So a child, us, adults, all people, need to be able to recognize something has changed in our body. We were feeling a certain way and something has changed. I will do the example of a blocks. We were building a tower and I was feeling proud and I was feeling happy and all things were great. And then something happened and I feel mad and my face is hot and my heart is beating. Okay, so acknowledge something's changed. Next thing, I have to label it. This feeling of being hot and tense is angry. I am angry. Then I have to be able to identify what happened to make me feel that way. Somebody kicked my blocks down. Somebody took my toy, somebody did whatever. And then you have to be like, what do I need to do to get back to feeling good? What do I need to do to get to step one? I can take deep breaths. I can go kick a pillow. I can stomp my feet. I can go, ooh, whatever. We come in, they will have their own emotions. We don't have to give them to them. They will have those. We are there to help label it. We basically come in on the second part, label it, identify so they know what happened that made them feel that way. And we give them the resolution to get back to it. Okay. We come in on that second part. Now, how do we do this when we're working with kids? You know this. We have to give them clues because we are teaching empathy and we want children to be able to understand emotions within others and themselves. And friends, it is so hard to do when you're in the middle of the emotion. You know this. When that bear is chasing you, you can't think. You cannot be fearful and think at the same time. It is hard to have a teachable moment about regulations when you are pissed off or you are crying or you are devastated. So with that being said, when we can play games at rug time, especially sign language games, because we know how incredibly fun they are and how much children really like doing it. When we can play those games in a safe space, it allows them to start, their brains are starting to be primed that they can start to make those connections later. So this is how this game goes. And if you want to pop off your camera so I can see your awesome face, you're more than welcome to. All right. You are going to ask your friends for an emotion. I'm going to ask Julie. Julie Khan, give me an emotion. Happy, right? You're muted. So I think you said happy. Okay, so I am going to close my eyes. And when I open my eyes, I want you to have just discovered that you have the largest cookie you've ever seen. And it's in your hands and it's your favorite cookie. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. None of you look happy, except for Christy. Christy looks extremely happy. Michelle looks happy. Oh my gosh. And you know how I can tell they're happy? Their eyebrows are up. They have a smile on their face. Their cheeks are up. Everybody point to your cheeks. These are your cheeks. Okay, now, I'm ready. This is happy. Show me happy. Now, can you show me a happy face when you're happy? Okay, we're going to do this again. When I open my eyes, I want you to have in front of you the most delicious, wonderful ice cream sandwich. And not only that, but I want to see your face and I want to see your hand show me that you're happy. 1, 2, 3. Happy, look at that. So here's the reason why we're going to start teaching these signs and we're going to get to some more emotions in a minute. The average child who is doing sign will learn, the majority of children who learn sign young will learn 60 signs before they speak because of the fact of, one, the development of their vocal cords and things along those lines, but because of the fact of this is more instinctual. It is not uncommon once you teach children, holy crumbs, once you teach them how to demonstrate signs with their face and their hands, they will have no, I will go up to children in my class now and be like, what's wrong? And they'll just go like this because they are mad and they are so mad they cannot articulate that word, but they sure as all can go like this. Okay, so we're gonna do sad. Friends, when I close my eyes, I want you to pretend that you built the biggest block tower in the whole wide world and wind came and it knocked it over and now you're feeling really sad. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, you guys look so sad. Ready? Let me show you sad. Sad. You have a tear coming down your face. You're sad. Your eyebrows are down. 90% of sign is all in your face. And sign that looks like annoyed, also looks like you're frustrated and mad. So with that being said, sign is a really great opportunity for you to talk about happy, mad, sad, excited, scared, frightened. The simple game of I'm going to close my eyes and when I open my eyes allows a child to work on critical thinking, problem solving, and emotions in a safe space. And here's the deal. You don't have to go big and extravagant about like you have a big ice cream sandwich. I want you to use activities that you see within your classroom every day. You are in the pretend corner and your best friend comes over, or you come in and we open the water table and there's snow in there. How would you feel? And then be able to point it out. Again, allowing children the opportunity to experience high emotions and emotions within their face to be able to point out that's what you feel like. Because again, in the stages of emotions, being able to say, okay, what am I feeling? And how do I know this? And what is it called? Sign is a really simple, easy way to enter that point. And here's the other thing. If you decide to give those prompts of like, somebody comes over and takes your stuff, how do you feel? You are mad. Let me see your mad faces. And then you show me your mad faces. Then we can say, okay, how can we fix that? If we're mad, how can we get happy again? What can we do? What can we do? Because now we are doing conflict resolution. We are solving those big emotional problems in a safe space. We are getting them primed. So when they feel this way, they know I feel like this. Again, it's the muscle memory. It is the most primitive thing to be able to move your body. And if they know they are mad and they need to get happy, what can they do? They can come tell you, they can take deep breaths, whatever. But that's your opportunity when the bear is not chasing you to work on that kind of problem solving and work on that kind of emotional regulation, which is so critical for, children. The children who have all the big feelings. They are delightful. All right, we got 10 minutes left and we got to read a book still. Okay, so here's the deal. We have done our emotional check-in. Yay. We have done the weather. It's cold. We know what today is. It is Thursday. We sang our song. Welcome to school. This is school. It's also a really good one to do if you have the word school in your song because it has an auditory clap and it's fun to do. All right, now let's go ahead and get to story time. All right, I teased this up on Tuesday, and I believe in you. I believe in all of you. You can do this. We have a choice. We are going to read we're going to read 2 pages from, I'm big on voting, Hungry Caterpillar or Brown Bear. All right, you have all of just a few minutes to put in, 5 minutes, I mean seconds, to put in if you would like, which one you would like to do. Brown Bear or Hungry Caterpillar. Put them in brown. Ooh, Brown Bears for the win. I think we do have some caterpillar friends, and I hear you. But Brown Bear won. Also, that is the one I teed up. So let's go ahead. We do love this book. Ready, friends? So you know, caterpillar. Hungry. We do it once. We talked about this. Hungry caterpillar. If you remember, you remember. Okay, so we have Brown Bear. All right, ready? So we talked about this a smidge before. This is now a big choose your own adventure. Anything you do, and I actually, I was talking to somebody the other day who's pulled this out with their middle schoolers, and their middle schoolers was like, that's a baby book. And it's like, but it's not, because we're going to turn our voice off and we're going to do it all quiet. So we can read this book, and you're going to and meet me where you are by just signing a few things, by signing a few things with your voice off, or by turning your voice off and signing almost everything. So to do this, I will demo all of it, but we need to know some signs. Just like we talked about before, what letter does brown start with? B, 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 B. Put it up, B, B, B. Break it down, B, B, B. To the side, B, B, B. All around. I just wanted a mini dance party. Felt like we needed one. Okay. If it goes on your skin, it goes on your face. Brown. Brown. All right, sign for bear. Bear. Think of it like a bear hug. Grrr. Or they're big and they're fuzzy. I don't know. Bear. Okay. Great. What letter does red start with? Who remembers? Show me with your fingers. It's that little lowercase r. Red goes on your lips. Red. Red. Bird. Bird. Why do we think this is a sign for bird? Because it has little beaks. Bird. Bird. Okay, ready? So we know brown bear. We know red bird. And let's just throw in one more because we're really, really good. Yellows to the side because yellow's not on your skin unless you're jaundiced. Go to the doctor. Duck. Quack. It's just like bird, but the bill is bigger because it's a bigger bird. Duck. Okay, so we are now we have our baseline information. You've done this with the children when you've done letter of the week. You've done this with the children when you've worked on colors. So they are already familiar with some of these signs. And you go, children, we've read this book so many times, but today we're going to read this book a little bit different. Today, since we worked on colors last week, and remember we used our hands and we signed with it, I bet when we read this book, when we get to a color, we can sign it at the same time. And the kids will be like, of course we can, because we're brilliant. Be like, yes, you are, children. All right, ready? Let's start. And we're just going to sign the colors. Brown bear, brown bear. What do you see? I see a red bird looking at me. Red bird, red bird. What do you see? I see a yellow duck looking at me. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's so good. You guys are so right. That's perfect. You guys are really good. Thank you for going. But here's the deal. Do you think you could also do the animals? And you know what? Because we only have a few minutes left, we are going to do our voice off for animals. And we're going to do it all voice off, except for the what do you see? And looking at me. I bet you can do it. I bet you can do it. I am proud of you already. Okay, ready? I'm not joking. We all have to do this. Voice off. Ready? What do you see? I see a looking at me. Bird. What do you see? I see a looking at me. Really fast. No joke. How many of y'all were nervous? Like you were like a little anxious. Okay. Fun thing is, the kids get really excited and they look at each other and they try really hard because they don't want anyone to talk. And when is the last time this book made you nervous? Never. It's Brown Bear. But you want to complete that task. It is, again, a common thing. So let's say you were reading a book and we'll use this book as an example. We're reading this book and you're like, you know what? I just want to do one sign just to get the kids re-engaged as we go. Just do caterpillar. Caterpillar. It's the hungry little caterpillar. And he can go up the book. He doesn't have to go on your arm. He can go across. Whatever. Whatever book that you plan on reading, by picking one sign, again, they're engaging. You can have the children sign it as well. And why do we want to do this? Because, friends, reading tends to be very much spectator. I am reading to you. If you are actively participating, you are paying attention. Your cognition is going to go up. Your comprehension is going to go up. You are watching, you are engaging, you are waiting, you are listening. Your executive function skills are being put to the test. It is not me reading and you maybe paying attention, kind of spacing out. No, you are waiting to do it with me. Reading is now, it is an equal partnership. We are engaging together. The majority of us are not working on traditional literacy as we know in primary school. Our job as educators is to be building a love of literacy in these children. English is hard, reading is hard, and the more they like it and the more they enjoy it, the more likely they are to do it, especially when it gets tricky. So adding sign language during your rug time, story time, huge. Okay, with the last few minutes, why is this class always so smush fast? Okay, we have to get off this rug. We have to transition off. And that's really great because we can do it in a couple ways. We can do a review with our hands, and it would basically, let me pull up our big old list of see who's here. All right. Heather, what's the sign for cold? Go to the bathroom. Mary, what's the sign for sunny? Go to the bathroom. Megan, what's the sign for caterpillar? Go to the bathroom. Like, we can get off the rug like that. We can also play my favorite game, the Please For Me game. And here's the deal. I'm not with you. You can do this, but I see you, so I hope you do. We are never playing Simon Says Again. We talked about this briefly. We are now playing Please For Me. If we recall, these are our feet. You can either have your feet physically do them, or you can do them with your hands. More of the story, we are going to get off the rug like this. If we're not going to do a review of vocabulary, we can do. And what is everyone going to be doing? They are standing up. Where are they walking to? They're walking to the door. And you have to get in front of them. Stop. What are they doing now? They're jumping to the door. Now they're dancing to the door. Exactly. And then also you can do silly things like stop. Just walk in front of them, give them the hand gestures, show them what to do. And then at the end, sit. You can do be quiet this way or voice off or be quiet. Okay, let's go ahead really fast with our not enough time. And let's go to some behavior modifications. Dun, 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 dun. And also, before we do anything else, let's pull these up because I did not spend time on this last time. Take a sign or take a screenshot. You got this. Again, all of these are really great places to get some information from. You can also use the Googles, but do not forget, friends, please be mindful when you're looking at videos. Look at them multiple times. Also, I was actually looking at some content today and someone goes, well, I think this is the sign. If somebody says, I think this is the sign, do not listen to them. They don't know. They just think it is. Go to one of these. So do that. Also, a couple people reached out. If you would like to chat, this is my info. Hit me up. I have a couple people, I think actually, Oscar, I have to get back to. There's a couple people that reached out to me, but I've been in workshop heaven. So I will get to you tomorrow. Hit me up if you have any other questions. But let's go ahead really fast. Since you guys have this and you have the other thing, let's go to these. We did these signs last Tuesday. We're going to go through them really fast, and then we're going to add some more because that's important. So ready? I took a photo of it, so I'll do these ones for the next time. All right, let me take a photo. All right, let's get out of here so you can see me. All right, big and ready for action. All right, we are going to do a quick review of the ones from before. Ready? Yes. Head nodding. And again, you do not have to take time out of rug time to do this. This is something that, like, as you are talking, just sign it as you talk. No. Stop. And mean it. Like, stop. Listen. Imagine like an old-fashioned horn. Like, what'd you say, Sonny? Like, listen. Focus. I need you to focus. Remember now. Today is also now. Now. Sit. This is your legs. Bench. These are your legs. Sit now. I need. It's a hook. I need you to sit now. I need you. Be quiet. I need you to listen. Focus. Okay. Ready? Calm down. Calm down. I need all of you to calm down. Ready? Take turns. It's a letter L, back and forth. Take turns. I need you to take turns. Share. Handing it over to the other person. Share. Which, and the ones from before, bathroom tea shake. Wait. Again, this is iconic. These are all these are all people. You are at the end of that line. Who here, did any one of you guys try wait? Did any of you, so help me, you had an assignment. If
I
you,
did. I did. This is
what
Stephanie.
happened?
I did. I did the sign for wait when I was talking with a coworker, and the students looked at me like, "What?" I said, "We're learning a different way to learn how to wait, and we're gonna learn it." And I also tried to do some of the signs in the classroom, and I forgot. I started with some of the letters, and I told the boys and girls when I got up to B, I said, "Let's try B and C." They laughed with me and told me, "You have homework. I have to go look some more up."
I love that I love that you guys are co-learning. And that's the thing, like, you don't have to roll in being like, I am now an expert. I took a thing. Like, you doing that, Stephanie, with them, and the fact that you guys can look stuff up together. I love that. Heidi, when you did wait, what happened? Oh, Karen also said that they stopped and watched. Yeah, they're just like, what are you doing? Like, and Lee, what happened when you did wait? Oh, it's okay. All right. Friends. Oh, I love that Christy said it worked. You did it with your 4-year-olds and it worked. That's perfect. So friends, again, like moving into this space, anything you do is going to be beneficial. Like I know I gave you a lot of information, especially because we did an entire rug time in an hour. Anything that you do is going to be beneficial. The children are going to, even if this idea of like looking at you like, wait, what are we doing now? You have their attention. They are engaged. They are paying attention to you. And if for a kid in February, that's a win. That is a win. Okay, does anyone have any questions in our last 2 minutes? And I'm so sorry. I know I need to get better at leaving more question time. It's always a comment people say, and I'm sorry. Yes.
The 21 page handout. I was trying to print it, but I only got 1 page. So what should I do?
I have no idea what you're talking about. The PowerPoint?
I believe that might be what it is. I know it's 21 pages, and I thought it was going to have some of the signs in it as well. And that was why I was trying to get it so I would have a visual. But
Yeah, let me reach out with Karen and see if anything I can anything I can resend it.
okay.
Yeah, no, thanks for letting me know. I didn't know that it was an issue. Okay. Megan, what question do you have, my friend?
I had a question. What is your thought on baby signing time?
I love baby sign. Lydia, it's funny, my parents to this day, or my husband to this day is like, oh my God, Lydia was so good. She never had tantrums. I'm like, no, she told you what she wanted. Like the idea that if you have the desire for water or a dirty diaper or you're tired or you're hungry and you can actually tell somebody, it alleviates so much stress. And then in the long run, it works on your relationship with that child because of the fact of like, they trust you, you can communicate and understand what they need. I highly appreciate it and I love it.
I used it with my daughter, and I've like blown her language is phenomenal.
Isn't it
And
amazing?
she still uses sign and like wants to look up like how do you say this with your hand. So we still look it up together. But I've used it a lot in my classroom over the years. But I've noticed that some of the signs that you do are different than that.
The reason why it's different is because of the fact of when it comes to baby sign,
Motor coordination.
exactly. It's the lack of coordination, it's the lack of hand strength. So it tends to be shorthand, like water or yeah, like they're abbreviated
Okay.
to accommodate tiny little sausage fingers.
Okay, cool.
No, I'm so glad you use it. That's awesome. That's awesome, awesome.
Phenomenal.
Any other Marcia, what are your thoughts, my friend?
Yeah, two things. One is I have been doing a little bit of colleague recommended the See It, Sign It, Sign It, See It, Say It, Sign It by Jack Hartman,
Yeah.
which I like, but it is about 6 minutes long. And so I wondered if you had one to recommend that might be similar. It goes through all through the alphabet, even short and long vowels, but 6 minutes is a little bit long. So I just wondered if you had ideas on one that you liked, but that might be a little shorter.
No, definitely. I would highly recommend looking at Sign Savvy. They have a couple of songs within, I believe, their YouTube channel that, especially for kids. But what we suggested last week was really the idea of finding the words that you want to know, learning them ahead of time, and not bombarding. Go small and simple. But yeah,
And
Sign Savvy is a really great place.
My other question was this. I had a colleague say to me, oh, I'm concerned about doing too much sign with them because then it will slow down their speech, which I know I don't agree with, but I
That's not
thought
true.
I would rather pick your brain as to how you would respond because I know this is more your area of expertise than mine. So, yeah, that was my last question. Thanks.
You and I can hit up things on offline, and I can give you many resources that you can tell your coworker. No, it doesn't. It actually improves. And Megan's right there. Like, look at Megan. Megan's emphatically like shaking her head. And so is Ramona. Like, no, it actually goes to benefit. So I'm more than happy. I'm gonna put my email, everybody, again in the chat. I hit me up and I will send you stuff.
Okay, thanks so much. I know
Oh, you're
I didn't
welcome.
agree with it, but I wanted to pick the brain of an expert
No,
rather than
you are
going with
right.
my own beginning knowledge. Thanks.
We're totally right. 100%, 1,000,000%. Okay. And I'm so sorry. We are over, Karen. I'm sorry.